Hi, everybody. It is Jody Whitaker here. So you may have seen in our team newsletter or on our IsaJourney page that a practice Randy and I started a couple years ago, was interviewing some team members to give everybody a chance to get to know each other within the team and to hear some great victories and to share some information. So we are going to start that tradition back up again. So Jill Kerwin has graciously accepted to be our first one back in the hot seat. And so I met Jill years ago with my previous business that we were not directly linked, but I knew of her. I followed her journey a little bit, and we had been Facebook friends since then. And so I made what I call one of my chicken list calls, where I was a little nervous about contacting Jill, but I really thought that IsaGenics could be a lifeline for her. And what I think is so cool is I didn't even know half of the background stuff that she might share with you tonight. I was just going off of what I did know about her. And then when I did learn this stuff, I was just so excited she said yes to give it a shot. So Jill, I'm going to ask you a few questions here. So first, tell us a little bit of background about you and how you were feeling before IsaGenics. Like, what was drawing you to wanting to learn more?
Oh, wow. Well, even in my early 20s, I was struggling gaining weight, and I didn't know why. I saw multiple doctors. It was really unexplained weight gain, and I had tried so many diets, like literally every diet. I went to Weight Watchers. I counted points. I did Atkins for a while. Yeah, just some crazy stuff. And then I also, for many years, just didn't eat because I didn't know what to eat or when to eat, and I would skip meals. It was a journey for like 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you had been watching me a little bit on Facebook, but you were one of those what I call silent stalkers, where you really hadn't reached out, and I decided to get a hold of you to see if you'd want to learn more. So what was kind of going through your head when I reached out, like, all right, because I heard much later on, that you kind of did this to prove me wrong, and I didn't know that at the beginning.
Yeah. So I was, I saw your post. I was curious. I'm like, Jody's doing a health and wellness thing. That's awesome. She looks fantastic. I'm like, Randy looks amazing. He looks younger than when I had met him, previously. And I just, I was nervous to try something new because I wasn't sure I could afford it, and I had tried everything else already. So I was just like, all right, Jody, I'm going to try this for 30 days. I'm probably going to return it. It's not going to work. Yeah.
Skeptic turned believer.
Yep.
Okay, so now let's bring people up to speed because, it's been a while. And first of all, how has it changed? Like, how is it making you feel? And then share everybody what your ultimate goal is.
I feel amazing. I feel like I just have more energy. The weight is coming off. I've lost over 40 pounds at this point.
Yay!
It's fantastic. To me, it's a miracle. And I'm sorry, what was the other question, Jody?
How you feel and like how it's impacted your life. Like, what can you do now that you couldn't do? Or, obviously you've lost the weight. What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal. Well, that one's huge. My ultimate goal is 100-pound weight loss.
And what's driving that? Like, what do you see happening? Like, I know you're excited about a recognition that's tied to it, but can you even like put into words how you think you're going to feel when you accomplish that goal?
I honestly can't. Even now trying on clothes, I've always loved clothes. I never liked how clothes looked on me. Just shopping for clothes is different. I'm excited to, get a smaller pant size, or I envision just not shopping in the plus size section. I mean, I can't even really imagine it. But yes, of course, the recognition in stage.
And for those who don't know, what is the recognition for 100 pounds?
100-pound club. Well, you get to go on stage and you get a plaque, and I think you get free tickets to conference. Possibly?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
But I know the recognition on stage is you literally cross the stage with a pair of your original pants. So hopefully you've saved one of your t-shirts or jeans.
Oh, yeah.
because they have hundreds of people that go across for the 100, the 200, and the 300-pound club. And I think that's the part that brings everybody to tears when you come to one of the core 4 events. And they do that, the 100-pound club, at 2 of them, at NYKO and Celebration. And so I can't wait to see you walk across stage days, because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
So yay. Okay, so let's talk about, you've been doing this for a while. What's probably a great tip you can give somebody, whether they're new, whether they've been going at this and they're frustrated or they've plateaued? Like, what's some gem that you're like, that was the best tip I ever received?
Just cleansing regularly, or changing it up even. I know
how do you change it up?
Just like change your days or change your schedule. I know you told me that someone was at a plateau, which I had hit a plateau for a while. And I actually, if you don't know my story, I was pretty ill over the summer. I had some gallbladder issues and pancreatitis, and everyone that was kind of overseeing my healthcare kind of suggested I maybe not cleanse for a while. So I went a few months without cleansing and wasn't feeling great, wasn't losing the weight like I had been originally. And now that I've had a couple of cleanses under my belt again, it's so worth it. I feel great. I feel amazing.
Good. So what, health-wise, what do you feel post-cleanse?
I struggled with cravings. So a sweet tooth for sure. I feel like that radically has changed. I was also addicted to pop, Coca-Cola. I would have, probably 1 a day at least. And I don't even drink pop anymore. So that's been huge. I think the cravings and just the energy.
How often do you cleanse?
I do 2 days every other week.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And for those of you who are new and tuning in, the maintenance mode, so once Jill hits her 100-pound club, you only cleanse once a month, because we don't live in a bubble, so we still take in environmental impurities. We just do it on a smaller scale and just do it once every 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm like you, I can tell when it's time to cleanse. And cravings is one of the things for me as well. Bloated is the other, as I feel much more bloated right before I cleanse. So what's been, because I know you've come to a couple of events, and this could be a local event or a global event or a Core 4 event. What has been your favorite event you've attended, and why?
They're all so fun and energetic. I would have to say the Raw and Real tour that we went on probably last fall, like about a year ago, I think.
Right. It was about this time of year.
It was. Those women just had some real raw stories, and it was nice to see how like IsaJourney doesn't just impact like your health. It really just can like change your life. Hearing from those women, and they were all, in our $1 million club. But just the overall change of life, your giving, your core values, your generosity.
They were very transparent. And for those of you who didn't go to Real and Raw last year, it was Corey Kinnear, Tracy O'Malley, and Deanna Felchek, the 3 of them running this together, and just being vulnerable and transparent and sharing some of their struggles personally, professionally. And I think there's a special place in your heart, Jill, because it was your first event too. And I think every time it's your first event, there's something special to that. And being your first event, it was a smaller scale event because it was a Chicago area event. So I don't remember. I'll say there was maybe 100 people in the room, if that. That I think that probably added some extra punch for it. But that was a great event. Okay, I got one last question for you. Why do you feel that every person could benefit from IsaJourney?
I think everyone. For a good friend of mine today said that everyone should be in therapy. I think everyone should be on IsaJourney.
I agree. I agree with both.
Yes. I think just no matter, we all are stressed. We all take in toxins. I think really, no matter what your goals are, I think IsaJourney can help really anybody. Mine's weight loss and energy. I know there's people that have been weight gain. better performance. My parents, they are both on this journey as well. And one thing that my mom told me, and we don't, of course, cure, diagnose, treat disease, but she was pre-diabetic before IsaJourney, and I think a blood work that she had post, starting IsaJourney, her doctors were like amazed. They were like, what is happening? Like, everything's fine, really. So,
Gotta love those doctor reports.
yes. Just makes me feel good too, because I can
You
share
want
that
to
with,
have them around longer.
of course, absolutely. So I do. I think everyone should use these products.
Yeah, and that's the epitome of healthy aging. I mean, look at how much better they're feeling, and then they can be there longer for you.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing your story, and we're going to put this out for everybody to learn more about you. For those of you who would like to have a chat with me, I'd like to pull people from all different lines. Either I personally enrolled you or somebody else, and from people all across the country, that it doesn't have to be just local people here in Chicago. So I'll be contacting some more of you soon if nobody contacts me that they'd like to be interviewed. But thanks for participating, Jill.
Thanks,
And
Jody.
everybody have a great day.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.